Happy Thursday and welcome to On the Move with Nan and Cam. And we're home because Richmond is a literal ice rink. So there is no way we couldn't be at the office. So we had to think on our feet and we thought it's a great time to introduce you to our newest staff member, Ryan McCracken. Welcome, Ryan.
Thank you. It's an honor. I've heard so many great things about the podcast. I listened to you all before I joined, and anyhow.
Wow. Thank you.
Thanks.
Really, it's an esteemed podcast.
Glad
Um,
to have you listening.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Any listens. So, Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and how you got to sports backers.
Sure. So I'm a Richmond native, Henrico, really. I went to Freeman. I grew up doing the Monument Avenue 10K, starting with the mile race, and then in later years I would do the whole shebang. I did Richmond Roadrunner events, but I've always kind of been involved in activity stuff, I guess. I got into cross country and just kind of stuck with it over the years. Stayed in Virginia and did cross country and track at William Mary for college. Moved around a bit in the years that followed, and made my way back here. And through a combination of love for Richmond and running and just being outdoors, nothing better than working at Sports Backers. So I feel very fortunate to be where I'm at right now.
Wow, I
Nice.
love that. Love that for you. That's awesome too. That because it's like you get to work somewhere you're actually passionate about and like do something that obviously like your job is not running, but you know what it's like being in the running world and in the events. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a
really cool.
cheese. And not to oversell this benefit, being able to run at lunch and then shower at work is can't put a price on that.
Little
It's a
thing.
great benefit. I am gross. I'm a non-shower, but the benefit of being able to work out, especially now too that we even not even just running, but that we have our little Sports Backers Active Living or Sports Backers Fitness Studio is like amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
It has always been really nice that we can make that a priority while we're at work still.
Yeah, I forget too. I remember. I was leaving work, I think it was last week, early last week maybe. Um, and John Riggins was working out. It was the evening. It was like 5 o'clock, and he was working out in there. And I was like, I forget, I can do it after work too. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be like just during work. Because like you said, I'm afraid to work out too much and then sweat too much and be so funky that I'm like I don't feel comfortable sitting back down at my desk or whatever. So I'm like, I can actually do that after work.
You can be funky. It's just me. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll be funky and then I'll turn my freaking desk heater on and then the fog's everywhere in the
Yeah,
office
well,
and
that's
everyone's
marinating. We don't want that.
exactly. Exactly.
Need to be immune. My nose hasn't worked in years. I don't know what's so. I
That's
mean,
it.
Fun fact.
That's very
I think it's
interesting.
mostly a net positive.
Okay.
Okay. So what tell us your official role, um, the title, your job title. Tell us what that
That's what
is.
that's called.
Yeah.
Development manager. There's
Okay.
not a lot of managing. I just try to help out Megan as best I can. Uh, but yeah.
And so what do you what has your like days looked like so far, and then what do you think is going to look like in the future as you like start to learn more things and like take over, I guess, like the president's council and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. So been here a few weeks at this point, so I'm kind of graduating beyond some of the initial training and orientation type things and getting into meat and potatoes of my work. You mentioned President's Council. As time goes on, I'll be more and more involved with that entity and kind of making sure things are functioning as far as that goes. Making sure things are functioning. That's a stupid thing to say because they do their own thing and I'm just there, you know?
But I don't
So
know, sometimes it needs to be
uh,
facilitated. Yeah,
no,
you
everyone there is so much more competent than I am, and I'm like, God, why am I meant to oversee? Because they're
no,
all doing great at their work and doing,
you're not
um,
wrong. I
anyhow.
feel the same way. Like I literally when I'm there, I'm like, look at everybody go. I'm like, wow, you guys, y'all are so awesome and great and cool. But that's okay. We're awesome and great and cool too, Ryan.
That's right.
Right, right, right.
What do you
Yeah.
anticipate that your day to day will look like in the future when you start doing more?
Yeah, I want to make sure that people that contribute to sports backers, whether it be through volunteer work, donating, just participation in our events and being part of the community, that they're properly acknowledged and welcomed as they take part. I'm going to be doing some messaging and fundraising efforts and getting the word out about our events and programs throughout Richmond. That's by and large what I'm going to be taking care of.
Nice. So we know that you love running. You've mentioned that, and we know that you're not just a normal sports backers runner. We're going to brag on you because you're champion. And so tell us what it was like. So the first time that I actually met Ryan, uh, I don't even know if I met you, but I was there. I saw you, was when you placed in the marathon this year, because then later I had to email you about your award. And I had to pretend that I didn't know that you were in the interview process and that Megan will really liked you. And I was like, hey, you might just be able to pick up this award if if he gets hired. So you're not just a normal sports backers runner. You tell us a little bit about what it was like placing in this year's marathon. And then you did win the Virginia Credit Union River City Half the first year.
Yeah, the inaugural. They'll never take that away from me.
Yes,
But
the inaugural year,
uh,
the OG
uh,
winner.
Yeah, what the freak?
that course is awesome. That was a good time. I'm happy that Riverside got utilized in that way. But this year, I was really, I don't know, I shouldn't have been thinking about it the way I was because I was optimistic as well about the interview process. And I was like, man, if I do get hired, this is my last shot. I really got to do it this year. And so I
Yeah.
wanted to be aggressive and going into it. And like the training wasn't what I had hoped it would be. Um, and so I was not super confident, but I thought I'd just get out there and see what happened. Um, and I told myself like, no matter what, do not go to the lead. That's a fool's errand, and like you just can't be doing that. But I got carried away and found myself in the lead. Um, and like at like 15 or so in the lead bridge, a couple friends and finished up the 8K and were cheering on me, and they're like, "Oh, like you're gonna win it!" And like at that point, I was so dead, and I was like, "No, no, I'm not gonna win it." But I couldn't say that, and so I was like, "Thanks, guys," but it's all falling apart. Um, and so some highs and some lows. I wish I was someone that didn't enjoy getting cheered for, and I was like, "Oh, I don't even care. I just do it for the love of like whatever." No, but like hearing my name is fun. And there's
Good. That's what I
vanity and
like
all
to
going
hear.
on there, so that was nice.
Yeah,
Um,
everybody likes Cheers.
Right.
Right. Not definitely not above that. Great crowd support. I had run. This was, I guess, my second like real marathon. Um, the first marathon I did was just along the Cap Trail, just to see if I could do the distance. And then, um, anyhow, this was friendliest marathon of what I have done. Certainly true. People couldn't have been any nicer, and I'm very glad to do it. Where I grew up and have so many friendly faces out there. I mean, the other competitors out there were also terrific. Got lots of cheers from people in the marathon field and the half and everybody.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so funny. I was telling them that like I've obviously been having to go back through our videos and stuff from River City half of last year and like River City half of the year before and like the 10K from the couple previous years. And literally, I'm like, that is Ryan. I'm like, he's right there. You're in all videos. And I'm like, he's literally right there, guys. Like, Ryan's at the start. And so I'm like, we have so many pictures and videos of you because you're always at the start line, towing the line. And I'm like, guys, he works here now. What the heck? So exciting.
Have you placed in any other of our events that I did not mention?
I mean, how low can you place and still place? Like I think I was maybe fourth or fifth at Monument, but I don't know. It's not podium. Because like, well, NCAA cross country,
I'm
like
never
their
gonna.
podium is six, but that's kind of a fraud. Like six podium. Like to be clear, I
No,
never even
that's
qualified for regionals, let alone nationals. But that's a fake podium. Six.
six is
Six
real
days.
impressive still. Six is wild. What was your place at the
Yeah.
marathon this year?
This year, third.
Yeah. I did say they told us that I guess in one of your interviews you said that you were gonna try to place. And I was like, how about if he does win the marathon, you guys just have his papers to sign at the finish line. And I was like, when he crosses, he just write his name because he's hired. And they're like, I don't think we're allowed to do that. And I was
That would
like,
have been sweet. It would have been a good bit if, like, after the finish, you guys were like, "Hey, you tried hard, and we were gonna hire you, but
No.
we're moving on."
You immediate high to low. Was this your fastest marathon time? What was your time this year?
223 something. I ran 222 previously, so not my quickest effort. I went out pretty hard, so that's always fun because it's a great excuse. So if you feel like it's not your day, just go super hard the first half and then pull the old like just too ambitious.
nah.
The great way to.
I did hear you say though that you were like, well, I gotta kind of go all out because this is gonna be if I get the job, then this is gonna
That's
be
great.
like my last time. And we've thought about that. Like, how do you feel about not really being able to run the Richmond Marathon or the 10K? Like our big races that we have that you normally do, you gotta
I
work
still
those.
like a someday maybe okay. So sports backers employees get a sabbatical after 5 years, and so like maybe I'll
Yeah.
take a well-timed sabbatical at some point and then figure that out. Because
You'll
it's like
take it during the
before
race.
I stop running, I do want to stop running sooner rather than later. Because like I'm just gonna be so sad when I can't run quickly anymore, and I have like other
It's
stuff
not
going
a
on
bad
that take up my
life.
time.
It's okay
You
to,
only
it's
like to
fine.
run
Being
if
slow is
like the
still
wind's in
fun.
your hair.
But like you get so obsessive, and I'm trying to be. Um, I'll shout out my former roommate, teammate Zach Levitt. I mentioned him, the guy that did all the videos and stuff, and he had a podcast. But like he had such a good attitude about running and setting aside uh, times and competition. Although he very much cared about those things and just finding joy in it as an activity and as a meditation and whatnot. And I'm still trying to get there. So hopefully I can enjoy it in a different way as time goes on.
Yeah, since I've
And
never
maybe
been
you can
fast, I
still do
think
the
that I've
other.
never been obsessed with time. Um, like, what does it feel like? I had a question here that says, "Do you think you could take us in a foot race?" Obviously, you can. That was ridiculous. Do you think there's going to be at some point we would like to film a video where maybe people try to beat you in the parking lot? We have a
Anything,
sprint situation set up. Yeah,
I think I will get defeated, especially
I
like
think
I'm not
Catherine
super
could be the
speedy over
closest.
a short.
Yeah. I was gonna say, who do you
Okay.
think would be able to beat
Yeah, who do
you?
you think your biggest competition at the office would be?
Like in so a parking lot race, we're talking like 200 meters or less, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna say Drew. Now that
Okay.
I'm kind of
Yes.
used to being among the younger employees in a given office, it hurts me to my core that Drew is not even younger. Like he's substantially younger than me, and
Drew's younger.
it's tough.
Drew's a baby.
Still
Feeling
got some of
really.
those quick twitch fibers.
Yeah, but
What does it
does
feel
he?
like to
Does
run
Drew
so
run?
fast? Drew run? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I think
Does
he
Drew
does.
run?
I feel
Hmm.
like there's pretty low correlation between like distance running and then sprint ability. Like maybe there's some
Yeah.
Yeah.
positive relationship, but
For
I don't
some
know.
reason, I have a feeling that Megan Schultz is like can sprint.
Okay, I can see it.
Well, she's just
I
very
mean, basketball
athletic. She's the
player.
person. Yeah.
I feel like she can take off.
I'm
Like
trying to
I'm
think
out
of what
there.
former sports people have because so her and MC basketball, and then uh, is it Lauren that did volleyball? Who's volleyball? Michelle.
Michelle played
Michelle.
Uh,
volleyball. I
Lauren was a
played
Duquette. She
softball.
did dance. Don't let her fool you.
Yeah.
She's quick.
Right. Right. I played softball, but I still wasn't fast back then. So definitely not fast now. Um, who else played a sport where they had to
My
like
money's on
run?
I'm
Catherine
sure.
because she was running as well.
But yeah, yeah, and yeah, because Catherine did long distance, but she also did like she's just so fast that it's like who, what the freak?
And I think she was one of the first people to finish the corporate run for sports backers this year.
So
I think
I
she
think
was the
she
Catherine
first
and
would.
one
I,
after John Lugbill, maybe. Yeah.
we overlapped briefly in high school, and like she was so much better than I ever was. Just to be clear.
Yeah, we all feel that way about Catherine in every capacity. She's so much
Yeah,
better at everything than us.
exactly. So smart, pretty, cool, funny.
So yeah, what does it feel like to go that fast? Because I'll never know. So I was telling Cameron earlier that yesterday at Orange Theory, I'm a big Orange Theory person, and yesterday they do like a periodic mile benchmark test. And I do think sometimes I could maybe say the argument that you could run faster off of a treadmill in a way. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm going way faster than I am on a treadmill. I've also fallen off a treadmill, so that gives me a little bit of PTSD. But I was like, oh, I got my interview with Ryan tomorrow. I'm gonna go as fast as I can, and I only came up with 9:10. So I will never understand how it feels to be that fast. Do things look like a blur? What does it feel like?
You would go so much faster on off a treadmill. Like treadmills scare me. I don't understand how anyone works out on them. Even going like my, like relaxed run pace on a treadmill, I feel like I'm about to fall off at any given moment. They're death machines. But um,
What's your relaxed run pace, Ryan?
It's a good question.
9:10.
No.
I do. I'm more into like the touchy feely, like, oh, it's just a sensation, and you just like feel it. But probably like um, 640 ish is like usual. But I mean, if I'm feeling slow or whatever, and it should be slower, and that's been good recently because like if I'm with people, I'm happy to go any pace as long as I can just chat. Um,
The
so I think
concept of talking, running a six for anything is
So
not even
you're
real
a
to me.
talker. When you run, you talk.
oh, definitely that's the best part of. I mean, if I miss anything of running, it would just be shooting the breeze or whatever.
I'm a big talker when I run, not shocking. I'm a big talker when I run, but I'm
Mhm.
not, yeah, like Cameron said, I cannot imagine going in the 6 minute category and talking.
And
I moved somewhat recently from like Henrico and the Burbs down to the Museum District. And one benefit of moving here is that my easy run pace has slowed down significantly because when I was a little bit more isolated from some of the people that I run with, I would do most of my runs solo. And it just gets really
Mhm.
boring if you're like, I want to go 10 miles and then 15 minutes in, you're like, I just want to be home. This sucks. And so you speed up to make it interesting. And then you end up working too hard. Whereas here, you got your buddies and you can just talk about whatever, and then pace doesn't matter as much. And so it's been a nice benefit.
Yeah,
yeah, and
I agree. I haven't
there's
been
a lot
running as
going
much
on
in
too.
general. What, Cameron?
I said there's a lot going on too. Like there's cars and people. Like there's stuff that you gotta kind of like pay attention to. Whereas in the burbs, like you said, it's you're just in your neighborhood, not really. You know where you're going.
Yeah.
I do miss some of my routes. I didn't think I would, but I don't know, from
Yeah.
time to time.
You can go. You can go back and run.
I get really attached to routes. I need to, I don't know, find a way to commemorate um, the routes I'll never see again.
Are there any races? So our staff plan went out. Are there any races that you don't work that you plan to run?
I don't, I don't think so. I need to switch with. Okay, I'm plotting on switching to working Ashlands. A couple of friends are going to run that, and
Hmm.
I'd like to cheer for them. I don't know if I'm going to hop in any. Maybe
Hey, good
like
luck.
the
Ashland is a coveted one on staff to
Have you
work
ran?
because it is
Have you ran that
fast.
one?
no
You could run that one.
that you could do that. Could do whatever the Christmassy run is.
Taking that
Okay,
one.
you don't work Tacky Light Run.
No, um,
Okay.
yeah. I so this I scheduled. I've made a list of people to ask because I forgot to ask off for corporate run, and I will be gone for
Mm.
corporate run. So I need to get off of that and onto something else. But I want to. I don't know if it'll be enticing or not. I'm gonna throw people like, I'll take two of your things in exchange for one, and we'll see how
That is
that goes.
enticing.
But
That will be
You know what I
enticing.
trying to
I
make
do
an
too.
offer
I
they
do
can't
too.
refuse.
Dang it.
But people are going to be upset that you're not at Corporate Run because they would have wanted you on that sports backers team. You would have, yeah,
I feel
100%.
like I'm letting
instead.
the team down, but it is anyhow.
It's
This
hard.
doesn't
It's a
have to
time
go
when a
on.
lot of people are on vacation because that's when our summer starts. After that event, a lot of people are out of town.
Yeah.
feel like a real jerk sometimes. One of the biggest mistakes I made. I guess I'll leave it up to your judgment whether this goes in. But like when I was in high school, there was a memorial race. That was a pretty somber affair. It was for a good cause. The whole Consolidated High School SMG team did it. I was just such a hardo at that point, and I was like, I'm gonna run it so fast, and I don't know why that was my. And there was a 5K and a 10K, and they sent me on the 10K loop instead of the 5K loop, and I was just like pissed. And I was like, oh, I've gone too far, and I'm not gonna be the winner. And it was just like I just had entirely the wrong mindset going into it, and I look back on that with, um, I don't know, I don't know what I was up to. And like I looped back around eventually and course corrected, and I was like, I want to finish super fast, but you can't sprint by a bunch of small children and like elderly folks, and 'cause you don't want to be that guy. At least I had the presence of mind not to do that.
You get some booze real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just some races are for
Uh,
racing, and some races are not for racing.
are you
Yeah.
competitive all the time in a lot of things?
I'm pretty competitive. Um,
You're in the right
I mean,
office.
I was gonna say you're in the right office for that because most of us are.
Yeah.
and I guess the things that I'm not competitive in is because I've realized that I'm bad at them and decided that they're not valid as competitions. Like if I can be good at it,
That's
I'm
how
like,
I
oh, it's
am.
just bad.
You're like, this isn't even. Who cares? Nobody cares
Yeah.
about that.
I don't want to win anyway. So
Right. I didn't even want
No,
to
like
win. I don't care.
I'm not competitive about anything physical, but if we're having like a jigsaw puzzle competition, I'm gonna put you down.
I'm trying to get more
That is
involved in the trivia that goes on at the far
okay.
side of the office.
Oh yeah, they would welcome
Yeah,
you for sure.
I've just
Or
been
we
kind
could
of.
start playing it on our side of the office and battle them.
We can have our own
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
in their face. I like hearing from this perspective because a lot of the times that we talk to people that like win races or that are in first place or in front of a lot of people, they're like, it's not even about winning. Like, it's just about doing my best. But I like how you're like, no, I like to hear people cheering for me. And I like to hear, like, I need to beat this person. Because a lot of times people don't, I feel like, and I don't know if it's like they are thinking that and they don't like to express that they're thinking that, or if it's they're really not thinking that and they're just like, I'm in it for the love of running. I like hearing the I'm gonna beat you because I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to
That's
fix
how I
some mindset stuff. Like if I was in a race that I could not win, I guess I would have to think less about winning. But I would still like want to have people that I'm competitive with, and I'd probably single out people to benchmark against. Time is just less interesting. And like passing people, I hate to. And passing people feels so good, um, and you get to be like,
and that's okay.
I'm
It's okay. You've earned that.
in high school. Like I had a very very good teammate in high school that runs professionally now. Um, Walid Suleiman with the Brooks Beasts is, I mean, was and is very very quick. And after he graduated, is a little bit less. There were a few people to run with on the team, and so sometimes I would do the first half of a run um, pretty slowly, and then at the turnaround point, I would just try and chase everybody, and it was like such a high to be like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get.
gotta get you.
I'm gonna get you.
It just seems so obnoxious, but yeah, that was great for
Yeah.
me.
No, that's okay to be like that. It's
Yeah.
fine. I don't know why people think that's a bad thing. I like that.
There's big mindset stuff. Like my college coach was always like, really elite runners, or like the difference between a good and a great runner, whatever, is that most people try to avoid the pain. You gotta embrace the pain. And I'm just not a psycho like that.
Yeah.
So, and I've tried. People are like, oh, you gotta like get comfortable in the pain cave. You gotta, just set up and like really. I can't get there. Um,
Yeah,
No,
if it hurts,
I
it
don't
hurts.
want to.
I like being
I don't
comfortable.
need to.
And you can watch as much David Goggins as you want about exposing yourself to. It's just not for me. So
And that's okay.
What are you most looking forward to with working at Sports Backers?
I guess, and this is another kind of self-indulgent thing, but I think it'll be really rewarding to see the fruits of my labors as the year goes on, and I see, I don't know, maybe a certain tent or person that attends River Rock, and I'm like, oh, it's my efforts with this campaign that allowed us the funds to get this person here. Isn't that neat? Um, and just seeing really physical evidence of the work that the organization is doing around Richmond, and it's something close to my heart, and that I know that people that I care about are going to interact with pretty frequently, and I value that a great deal.
I think that's a great answer. That's a thing that I
Yeah.
love about it. It's fun to, there's not many jobs where you get to feel like you're making a difference, a positive difference in the community that you're living in. That's also something that you're very passionate about yourself.
It's a good balance because I'm not saving lives out here. I'm not, but at the same time, I don't have to worry about you know failing open heart surgery or whatever. It's
That's
somewhat
right.
low pressure. Uh,
We don't need you to be competitive about that.
Yeah, no. I wonder
No open
how
heart
you could
surgery.
bring that to what you're gonna do. Be competitive. Megan Capital will be competitive with you if you like
About
whoever.
anything.
Yeah, if y'all like make a goal. Yeah, maybe that's how
Yeah.
you guys will just work.
Fundraise that money.
Yeah, who
Goals
can
against
raise
each
who
other.
can get the most money raised.
I watched
I don't know
Glengarry
if
Glen
you
Ross, and that was scary. So
Mm.
I don't know if you knew this about Megan, but she's so competitive that she's frequently by Lauren and Brittany called a bully. Because they're like,
I'm
this
finding out
can't
new
just be
things
competitiveness. Stop bullying us.
every day. Like like when you find these things, it allows you to look with a new perspective. Like I had seen her desk a few times, and then somebody mentioned the panda stuff, and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh my God, they're everywhere!" Uh,
Never even noticed it.
when
Not
you
You
walk
even.
in
haven't?
next time, it's
I think I've seen like one,
Yeah.
but never been like, oh, she loves pandas.
I saw a thing yesterday that pandas aren't endangered anymore, that they're not on the endangered species list. It was on Facebook, so like who knows the validity of it? Like I just saw it when I scrolled
Right.
by and I thought like first thing that came to my mind was like somebody alert Capito. Make her
That's so
day.
funny. And it's also funny because like I guess, I mean, you interviewed with her, but like when you meet her and you talk to her, she's just like this kind of like funny, bubbly person. But then when it's time to compete, like she's not funny anymore. This is serious. It's serious. So
were you guys working here? She's mentioned a couple of times the 3-on-3 tournament that y'all used to put on. Um,
I
no,
was
you played any
not
that was a
pickup
here.
with
long.
her? Okay,
That was even before me because she played in it, didn't she?
that was my assumption, but
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
she
she
did.
didn't work here then because I didn't work here then, and I was here before her. But yeah, so she must have played in it. Yeah, no, it's a
There's
fun
a
fun
couple
crew.
of pictures of her. There used to be like a Biz Baz. It was is what it was called. There's a folder on the our photos, and she looks to playing dodgeball, and I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, she looks freaking scary. So I believe it. I really haven't
We
seen her
played
in action.
dodgeball as a staff. Were you there when we played? We played dodgeball as a staff once, and she hit me hard.
No, she played. That's funny though. She played flag football against Jordan, my fiance. That's how they met, actually. So but she doesn't play flag football anymore. But hey,
She got kicked out for knocking somebody's head off.
Probably.
God,
She's
strong
very
girl.
nice, just very competitive.
She's
All
very
right,
nice.
this very nice, just very competitive. All right, Ryan, this might be the hardest part of your interview. This is your this or that questions. Cameron, you said you already have one. I have one as well, but I might need to think on mine. You want to ask yours first?
Yes, I have one. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So last week when we were in the office, there was a couple boxes of donuts, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Ryan, have you tried these donuts?" That was my first time trying those donuts. It was the country style donuts. They were pretty good. They had maple, which is my favorite donut ever in the world.
I love a maple.
But then Ryan said that that's his thing. Like donuts are his thing, and or they used to be his thing. And so my question to you is: do you prefer like a regular, like those donuts, the bigger? really good donuts, or like a cake donut, like a duck donut cake donut.
Oh, it's tough. And I'll take this as a launching point to plug. I still hold, the Gmail account, ryanlovesdonuts@gmail.com. If anyone wants to pay me for, the right to use that,
To come up off
um,
it, yeah.
yeah,
Or
I'm
send you donut
open
coupons
to
to it, maybe.
bids. Uh, anyhow, although I might not see it, it's kind of my spam account now. But I'll start monitoring if you want to. But
Do a
okay.
collab.
I used to be pretty partial to Krispy Kreme. It's still a classic. I want to go down to Raleigh, do the Krispy Kreme challenge,
They're
like
in their own. They're in
when
their
they're
own
on the hot.
category.
They're elite.
Um,
Yeah.
I like a filled donut, like probably like a raspberry filled is ideal. But the best donut I've had on like a reliable basis, Mrs. Yoder's. Y'all remember when they were around?
Oh, yeah.
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 Miss Yoder's was something else.
Throwback. So I
Uh,
don't even know. That's not even
She
like
knows what she's doing.
that's neither one. That's not a cake donut, or that was like a
they were
I
saying it
don't
was like a
even
yeast donut.
Yeah.
throwback to that. Wow. I used to get those when I was younger. Those things are good.
A friend of mine's getting married, and some town in Pennsylvania, but it kind of, I'm going to try to convince people to take a roundabout route through Lancaster and hope that
She's there.
Pennsylvania Dutch out there have some donuts, if not
Yes,
hers, at least a
Lord.
close approximation. But, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
eat cake. So at my well, yeah, I don't eat cake, but we had at my engagement party, I made sure that we had Krispy Kreme donuts because I was like, I eat donuts. So we had Krispy Kreme donuts with a little ring on top.
Yoda's would park in front of Freeman, which is where I went to high school, and that was pretty sweet.
That's crazy.
oh yeah. All right. Mine is I know you are a big movie guy. We heard that you have a movie spreadsheet. We got a little intel. Do you prefer, is
What?
it, are action movies your favorite, or am I making that up? No, okay, then don't answer. I'm changing the question. Do you like action movies or dramas better?
I guess action movie. I like a dialogue heavy movie, um, but I guess snappier, nothing too slow. Heist movies are my favorite subgenre, and so I kind of enjoy
Okay,
that aspect of working at Sports Backers as well. Like the bank
because we
setup,
got vaults.
so cool. They're awesome. Yeah, this would be. I mean, not to give myself away, but if I was trying to like practice for a robbery, and I could just get reps in every day,
You're
um,
right.
that would
With
be.
the layout.
I also didn't know, like on the bottom floor where you can like drop in the checks. I guess people used to put in their deposits like once the bank had closed. I didn't know that existed. That was pretty neat. So it's like the little intel I've been getting.
Hey,
Do you have a
don't get
favorite
no
heist
idea.
movie?
I mean, like the most uh, crowd pleasing, got to be Ocean's 11. Can't go wrong.
Mm,
It's just got.
I've never seen that movie.
Uh, so I'm trying to think. Inside Man, also really good in the heist genre. Yeah, I'll throw those out there.
So that's your
Uh,
favorite is are like heist movies.
The Sting. That's more of like a con man movie, but pretty cool too.
Okay. I'll have to write all this
all
stuff
right.
down because when we do everybody's like anniversary posts, I'm like I need to know some stuff about these people. So maybe that could
We
go
can
in
look
your
at the
bio.
spreadsheet. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to yeah send me that spreadsheet. I want to look at it.
I need to revise it. I need to add more categories. I haven't done a great job of upkeep because originally it was created to help me figure out my favorite movie with the rationale. Like whenever I had an icebreaker in favorite movie, I would just struggle because I'd do what I did now, and I add like six qualifiers, and I'd be like, well, if it's a rainy Tuesday, I'd probably like this,
Yeah,
but if whatever. Um, And so it's like if I assign scores to all these movies and then I create all these categories and I'm like, oh, here's the theme and the director and the cinematographer and the time period, whatever. And then I run a little progression to figure out which are correlated with higher scores. And then if I have a large enough sample size, I can figure out the perfect movie based on the right combination of characteristics, and I haven't actually done all that legwork yet, and I never will. But I like the idea of it.
That's okay.
Sorry, I've
You
done
know,
such a bad job of incorporating you guys in the conversation and being a normal talking person. What kind
no,
of
it's okay.
donuts and movies do you guys enjoy?
No, no, you're
I
good.
told you
This
my
is a
favorite.
podcast.
I
We're,
do
we're
want to know
interviewing
though.
you.
Yeah, this is about you.
I like a not a cake donut. I like a normal. What's the other one?
Regular.
What's a
I don't know
Krispy
what
Kreme
they're
donut?
called.
Yeah, I don't like a cake donut.
No,
I like a
I
normal
don't think. I
donut.
think Krispy Kreme is like the Beyonce of donuts. So like,
I
I think they
agree.
have their own. There is no other donut like a Krispy Kreme donut.
I
But I
100%
don't know what
agree.
the name of like a Sugar Shack donut is. Like I don't know what that like a regular
I think
donut.
that's the
I
same
don't.
type of donut as a Krispy Kreme, but I don't remember. It's not a cake. I just don't like cake donuts as much. I'm not tempted by that.
Yeah, me
Is the
neither.
And
default if
then
you're not from
movies.
here?
Go ahead.
What were you saying?
Sorry. Well, I guess like if
No,
you're from
you're
the
good.
Northeast, you think Dunkin', and if you're from around here, you think Crispy. But like, if you're from like Florida, like, does everybody have a regional donut shop, or is Krispy Kreme like a big
I don't
national?
know. I think Krispy Kreme's the big
I don't know
national,
either.
but I don't know.
I
I mean,
think
I've
Krispy
never
Kreme.
noticed. I think Dunkin' is more widespread than Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, because there was for a while, like in Richmond, there was only that one Dunkin' off like Broad Street. I think no, not Broad Street. Is that Broad Street or like near Willow Lawn or whatever it
Yes.
is?
Yeah, that's Broad
But
Street.
there was like not. There's now one off like Midlothian, but they're very few and far between. Like you can't really find them. My favorite donut used to be from Wawa, if that says anything. Like there's not really many places. I that's what I'm saying. Like I know they don't even sell it anymore. Ugh,
What kind?
whatever.
What kind was it?
It was like I don't remember. It was like a regular donut, but then it had like a hard chocolate shell on it. So yummy and good. But now maple donuts really just take it away for me.
I love a
Do you think
maple
it's
as
too
well.
far when
I
people
like
go
that.
with maple bacon?
No.
Dion asked me that question, and
Question.
I've had one question. I've had one, but I don't know. Cold bacon doesn't sit right with me.
What's your final this or that? Take it away.
Final this or that. I have to preface this first. I have a question before. Did you bike to the office before? Have you biked to the office?
I
Okay.
got a flat, and Natalie helped me fix it. Well, she fixed it, and I watched her. Yeah.
Wow. That's wonderful. Not a Natalie. Um, okay, well then that's my this or that. Would you prefer biking to the office or running to the office from
Both.
home?
Um, and it depends if I have to carry stuff. I think, going forward, it'll be a nice mix depending on what I bring home and need to take to the office that day and like how I have my change of clothes situation going. Um,
Right.
because running doesn't take that much longer because like I'm a little hesitant to bike on Arthur Ashe sometimes if it's like during
Yeah.
somewhat peak hours. I can take a more direct route running. I'm such a slow biker. Um, so probably running by a hair, but both great.
Okay, great. So then I guess this sneaks to I have a second part of it. Would you prefer running, biking, or driving to the office?
Hopefully, I drive no more than once a week. We'll see. I just like it feels guilty because like I can do the others, and there's no reason to be, you know, spending my gas money or whatever. Um,
Nan likes a
yeah,
good walk to the office.
I do, but I was like, don't say you feel guilty because I drive a lot still. And I'm so close.
That's okay. We're not worried about
Yeah,
that. That's fine.
I'm chronically late. So, it's the difference of getting there in a minute versus
That's it.
five. Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, thank you for joining us today. We super appreciate it. I know everybody was excited to get to know you more. And if you see Ryan out at an event or out around town hanging out with donors, say hi. Look for him at some finish lines of non-sports backers events around town.
Yeah.
And yeah, also, we would be remiss to not mention, guys, this is February 1st, 10K and 10K training team price hike. So definitely register. This ice outside, it's going to melt. It's not overtaking us for forever. And then you're going to want to be outside doing some fun events. So make sure you save some money on that. The YMCA 10K training team starts on February 7th. So it's the perfect time to sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This ice isn't
and
gonna last forever, guys. We're not gonna be
it
locked
feels like
inside
it,
for
but it's not.
no.
Thanks again, Ryan.
This time flew by. I told you I love talking, and I really do. I just uh,
He fits in.
Yeah, you can come back on anytime you want. We don't have many people request for a part two, but you can come back anytime you want. And you could, you know what? You could be a fill-in co-host when one of us is out.
I was about to say it could be Nan, Cam, and Ryan. Great.
thank you.
Got a great ring to it. All right. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.